When you run out of movie ideas, who you gonna call? Call the sequel! Sequel to Ghostbusters. Sequel to Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2 is the sequel to the 1984, I believe, classic Ghostbusters. And this movie wastes no time to tell you that it is 5 years after the events of the first film, and I actually think it's 5 years after the first film was released, in 1989, I believe. No time at all. They just tell you straight up it's the first scene, 5 years later. The four Ghostbusters are now broken up. Two of them kind of do birthday parties. Bill Murray has his own talk show. And Harold Ramis is kind of studying people. Well, after events that surround Sigourney Weaver and her child, the Ghostbusters are brought back together to save New York City once more. Now, just like Ghostbusters, I don't really remember much of Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. I actually don't know if I even seen Ghostbusters 2. Well, I bought the Digibook pack from Best Buy a few months ago, and I haven't watched it yet, but I'm preparing myself for this new, cool reboot of Ghostbusters. So I sat down and watched Ghostbusters 2, and I enjoyed it. It is not as good as the 1984 Ghostbusters, but it still has some enjoyable moments. Definitely has some flaws that made me think this is not the best sequel ever made. What I didn't really care about for Ghostbusters 2 is that this team really does feel distant and disconnected. There are times where they do get together and they are a team towards the end, but I feel like their chemistry was disconnected. Some of the characters actually changed as well. Bill Murray seemed to be a little more selfish and cocky at times. Though his timely jokes worked well, I did think his character shifted a little more in this film. He was all about trying to get Sigourney Weaver to date him. He was cocky when he was talking about his talk show. Just overall, his character changed a little bit for me. The story does take some time to get into. I wasn't invested until about 30-35 minutes into the film. It does drag a little in the beginning. They are trying to tell everybody what these people have been up to. How can we get them back together? Yada 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 yada. Show me some supernatural things. I don't care what you're doing. You aren't a real person. Why am I talking like this? My life is going nowhere. But once the movie got going and they're on the hunt again for supernatural beings, it was fun. I did think that some of the special effects, like the Statue of Liberty, were really cool. They're not as cool as the first film, but they're there. They're fun. It's fun to watch. It's nothing special compared to the first film. So Ghostbusters 2, I think, lacked some energy from the cast. Took some time to get into. I did think that the special effects and the supernatural characters were cool, not as menacing as the first film. So I'm going to go ahead and give Ghostbusters 2 a C+. I'm sure this film will definitely be better than the reboot. I am not looking forward to that film at all. So this is Just Watching Movies. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. If you like this video, you can comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on either Ghostbusters or Ghostbusters 2. Are you looking forward to the reboot? If you are, cool. You can also find my Facebook page at the same name. The link will be down below for that. So, this is Just Watching Movies. Thank you guys for watching as always, and you stay classy, YouTube.